Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're doing well. This video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com as always. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase retro kits from the 60s all the way through to the early 2000s, including the 1976 home shirt that inspired this season's home kit. There's a lot of very nice Bobby Moore retro gear in there as well. There's the 1980 FA Cup final Trevor Brooking shirt that inspired this season's away kit as well. There's the Boys of 86 in there. This is Paolo Di Canio 99 to 2000 home shirt. The away shirt is available as well. Some really nice retro gear in there, guys, including the centenary home shirt we did as recently as well, and also there's Admiral and Umbro West Ham colour inspired track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases that you may be making, thank you very much. The commission that the channel would normally get from your purchases will be going directly to the NHS, so you will be going to help those who are trying to help us through this very difficult circumstance. Now today's video is talking about the costs involved and basically for the TV rights. Now, WHU recently put an article up which makes some quite good reading for a change, where it says that the Premier League broadcasters could demand up to £762 million in refunds or without further instalments to the same amount if the current season is not completed. Sky Sports could demand back £371 million. BT could insist on being reimbursed for £50 million, while £341 million could have to be repaid to the overseas broadcasters. So we're looking at Fox Sports, NBC, BN Sport, TSN, etc. Negotiations are ongoing between the Premier League and broadcasters to avoid costly refunds, which will ultimately be paid for by the 20 top flight clubs. A report in the Daily Mail, so not 100% established, is reliable, over the weekend suggests the Premier League hope they will only have to pay a maximum of £150 million to overseas broadcasters, or just £7.5 million per club if it is split equally. Among the ideas being discussed with Sky and BT, if the season were voided, so it doesn't necessarily mean this is going to happen, are extending the current rights for another season until the end of the 22-23 season. Not a bad idea. Awarding Sky and BT extra live games next season so they can show football from Monday to Friday and at the weekend. Weekend, yes, Monday to Friday, I ever take a bit of an issue with, as most of us do. Bearing in mind, you know, we've obviously got some away games that we need to play between now and the end of the season. So not exactly the best. I know we've got a couple of London derbies, etc., but still, you know, it's not good. However, given that it is still expected that the season will resume and accepted that it will be behind closed doors, again, not very reasonable, good idea. There is also discussion over showing all of the 92 remaining Premier League fixtures live on TV. Of those, 47 were already scheduled to be shown live by BT and Sky, leaving 45 which could now be streamed by the broadcasters. So basically, guys, what this means is that this, in my personal opinion, this is an absolutely brilliant time for Premflix to come in. Now, I talked about this a little while ago. The Premier League are looking to start up their own, maybe in the next few years, but maybe this might be the kickstart that the Premier League need, to have their own streaming service very similar to Netflix, where we're basically just watching any game that we would like to see. Because technically, if I remember correctly, the rules around the 3 PM broadcast doesn't apply to internet streaming, because it's not technically an actual broadcast itself. But hence Amazon were able to do that over the Christmas period. So at the same point, I can see why the Premier League and all the TV deal companies are trying to get this resolved as quickly as possible for whatever happens. I was reading something earlier today that the EFL are trying to get the rest of the Championship, etc., back playing by June. It's ambitious to say the least. I mean, you never know. It's 6 weeks away from the time of this recording, so anything's possible. It just doesn't seem to be much sense to try and do that yet. But at the same point, this is one of the reasons, because the EFL are trying to get as much money out of football as possible, and likewise so are the Premier League. You know, they're trying to keep hold of as much money as they can. But at the same point, I can understand the thinking behind it from both points of view. Now, as I say, if and when the football season is resumed and we start getting midweek games, that's going to cause a lot of problems for people, especially bearing in mind we're only going to be starting really getting back to work maybe about a week, within a few days possibly, of when football starts being resumed. We just don't know at this point. But it's tricky. It's going to be a very, very difficult thing for everybody to try and finalise. But guys, by all means, please do put your comments in the comments section below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. As I said, my thoughts on this have been very, very clear right from day one. There's way too much money in TV rights now, so money is clouding the Premier League, and has done for the last 20 odd years. But I want to know your thoughts as well. If you like this video and you feel I deserve it, then by all means please do click the like button, and by all means please do share this content with anybody that you feel may want to watch it. If you're new to the channel or haven't even done so yet, please do consider subscribing if you want to know more. If you do hit the subscription button, that'd be brilliant. It'd be perfect to get the viewing figures up a little bit more. And please do hit the notification bell so you get to know when new content is being loaded and up and available. So in the meantime, guys, take care of yourselves, look after yourself, stay at home. I know the weather's getting a little bit nicer now, but please do stay at home, because the longer we all stay at home, the quicker we can get our football season back. So in the meantime, guys, take care of yourself, and I'll see you very, very soon.